Muslims in the United States: a summary of identity, culture, and belief. The Islamic religion stems from the Prophet Muhammad, founding in the year 622 AD, when Muhammad, during his meditations and time spent in Mecca and Medina, became the messenger of God, and devoted his life to um, creating the rise of a new religion. Once Muhammad died in the year 632 AD, the divide in leadership created the two branches, the Shiite and the Sunnis. These sayings and teachings were created and written down to form the Quran, their holy text. In the year 653 AD, the Shiite Muslims are divided further when a portion of followers break and start a third division. These are important factions of understanding Muslims and Islamic culture. Um, Stemming out of the Middle East and stretching over throughout of Northern Africa, and in now stemming all over the world. Um, the It's important for us, in order to understand our fellow students, our fellow citizens, we need to understand the pillars of Islam, the cultural religious ties to their identity. Um, the Shahadat is a statement of faith that Muslims must recite at least once in their lives, very similar to a baptism. Um, the Salat, or the Salah, is a daily prayer performed 5 times a day. The Zakat is a tax paid, just like a tithe in Christianity. The Swam is a fast done during the month of Ramadan. And an important one is the Hajj. It's a pilgrimage that every Muslim must take once in their life. They must visit Mecca and pay homage and pray at the holiest site of the Muslim and Islamic religion. These 5 pillars are part of the daily and yearly rituals of these people. Um, the religion of Islam creates a cultural identity. Important words we need to know about this identity is the jihad. The jihad, it comes from a place of doing one's most. The greater jihad is the struggle against the lower self, the impurities of one's heart, the willingness to do good and avoid evil and make one better. And a lesser jihad is the outward struggle against you. The Quran identifies a modestly dressed culture and peoples. However, it does not specifically say what can and cannot be worn. In no place in the Quran it has any sort of belief that murder is okay, and explicitly forbids it. The tikaya means to hide your faith, and the fact that that word exists is so explanatory about Islamic culture and idea, because they were so often prosecuted and they had to fight for their religious freedom for so many years, that there's this belief of internal practice. But it does not mean um, that Muslims are allowed to lie or cheat or deceive. Um, but they are allowed to keep things internalized and say what they need to say to survive, to keep their culture alive. But how does this lack of foundational understanding affect Muslim students? In a California survey states that nearly 50% of Muslim students feel as if they are bullied based on their identity, while nationally that number normally only is around 22%.
Kids were taught that Muslims are not entirely just all Muslims, but the majority are pretty nice and honest and kind.
This lack of cultural understanding and this lack of multicultural inclusion into our country affects a wide range of people and those of Sikh, Hindu, Middle Eastern, South Asian, and continually fails to understand, and without understanding there is nothing but fear.